Video is brought to you by Witham and Moreland Construction and Services LLC. For any roofing or restoration needs or you need electrical needs, give these guys a call at 501-326-4533. Also brought to you by Superior RV in Conway, Arkansas. Get pre-qualified for an RV today within seconds. No effect on your credit score, no need for a social security number or even a date of birth. Give these guys a call at 501-214-8153 or check out their website at rvbestbuy.com. Also support our other sponsors. They make Arkansas Weather Watchers go every single day. If you need additional business, send us an email at arkansasweatherwatchers@gmail.com. Well, good evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecaster coming back here once again, here to give you guys an evening video going over what you see on your screen, Tropical Storm Francine, the potential impacts for us here in Arkansas. We're going to talk about your weather for tonight. All of this in your evening video here, okay? So, first and foremost, let's start off with Tropical Storm Francine here. Well, actually, before we get into that, I hope you guys had a great summer. Kind of want to explain why we haven't really done these evening videos. We had a lot of graphic updates. I know for a fact our entire graphic system got updated and all that and testing out new things. So that's really why we haven't done these evening videos during the summer here. And outside of Barrel, I mean, it was just hot. I didn't think you guys wanted to hear me talk about heat all week here. So that's the reason why we're bringing it back. We're going to have it more frequently as we move into the fall and eventually into the winter here, okay? So back to regularly scheduled programming here. This is Tropical Storm Francine in the Western Gulf right now, moving to the northwest here, and something that we're going to continue to monitor. First and foremost, this thing's going to become a hurricane. The structure on it looks, I mean, the difference is night and day between what it looked like by this time yesterday to where it is now. So this thing is expected to become a hurricane. My money would be it would probably be a mid to upper end Category 1 hurricane, possibly a Category 2, making a landfall somewhere in the vicinity of southwestern Louisiana, along the Louisiana Gulf Coast. Like I said, still going to have to be a wait and see on what happens with this track here. But impacts are certain for our folks down there in Louisiana, especially along the Gulf Coast. I know there's some evacuations down there, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Life-threatening storm surge will be possible, very heavy rainfall, and also whenever you deal with a tropical system, especially if you're on the eastern side, you will have to watch out for that tornado threat here, okay? So before we talk about Arkansas, we talk about all that, let's talk about your weather highlights for today. So, as mentioned before, we're tracking Francine, monitoring it very closely, and we're also monitoring for potential Arkansas impacts. Very heavy rainfall is becoming likely for our folks in eastern Arkansas. I'm going to tell you guys this straightforward right now. The best shot of seeing some significant rainfall is going to be for our folks closer to the Mississippi River. The further west you go, the lower your rainfall chances and the lower your rainfall totals will start to get. So please, 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 please keep that in mind. I know this time of the year, rainfall is pretty much just as important as snow. But you got to keep in mind here that this system, when you're tracking a tropical system, any shifts in the track, it goes 50 miles west, it goes 50 miles east, your impacts are going to shift with that system shifting. So keep that in mind. If it goes west, rainfall totals go up. If it goes east, rainfall totals go down significantly. Also, how do you guys like these temperatures so far? It's been absolutely great over the last couple of days here. I know this past weekend was absolutely just awesome. Temperatures in the 70s, overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Buddy of mine up there in Jasper, Arkansas, Michael Rhodes, I know he said this morning it was 39 degrees up there. So just very beautiful temperatures across the board here over the last couple of days here. So speaking of temperatures, let's go ahead and talk to you guys about tonight. Not much going on across the state. And temperatures are going to start falling, especially as we get deeper into the overnight hours here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this once it gets to about 6 o'clock in the morning here. Getting the kiddos ready for school, etc. They may need, it just depends on the person, honestly. I can go outside like this and it's 50 degrees and it's great. If you need a small jacket, that's fine. Just keep in mind that once we get into the afternoon hours, your temperatures will start to warm up. We're at that time of the year where it's super cool in the morning and it's warm by the afternoon. So we're looking to start off in the low to mid 50s across the area here, some upper 50s down in southern Arkansas, some low 60s down there. I can't rule out, especially our folks up there in the higher elevations, you may get into the 40s once again as we move into the night in the first part of your Tuesday morning here, okay? So let's talk about Francine. let's talk about the rainfall totals here, and then I'm going to go back to kind of give you guys like the perspective here. So this is the rainfall totals as we move from Wednesday to Friday. If you guys know me personally, or one of my team members is watching this, I don't like putting rainfall totals out this early. I don't. Especially this time of the year, because if it doesn't happen, you get a lot of backlash on social media. That's just how it is. You live in a day and age where not every single person is nice. So I don't like putting rainfall totals out this early unless there's significant agreement amongst the computer model data that this is going to happen. So right now, the track of this system, Francine, looks to be somewhere in eastern Arkansas or close to the Mississippi River. I think that's where your highest rainfall totals are going to be. I was not comfortable enough to issue 6 to 8. I know where it would be if we had to issue it, but I think I'm going to wait another day or two before I go that high. The further west you go, like I mentioned earlier, the lower your rainfall totals are going to be. Our folks over there in the Oklahoma-Arkansas border, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, the Queen, you may not even see a drop of rain out of this. That's just how it is. But you get further to the east, your rainfall totals start going up. So central Arkansas down to southern Arkansas, 2 to 4 inches of rain will be possible, and then further to the west, you start dropping off like a rock. So just something that we'll have to keep an eye on here. The biggest thing is we're gonna have to monitor the track of the system. It shifts west, heavy rainfall totals. The rainfall totals go up significantly. It goes east, the rainfall totals will start going away with it. So I know we need the rain, but the problem is you start shifting this further to the west, you're going to start introducing a tornado threat, because that's how it is with every tropical system here, okay? So let's talk about Francine. Let's talk about the latest, and let's talk about the impacts here in Arkansas, okay? Currently, a tropical storm winds at 65 miles per hour, gusts up to 75 miles per hour. That's gust up to Category 1 strength already. Moving north-northwest at 7 miles per hour, very, very slow, taking her sweet time. That's what's going to lead to what we call potentially rapid intensification out in the Gulf of Mexico. And I said Cat 1, low end 2, but we're just going to have to see. It depends on how much time she sits out in the Gulf of Mexico. She could get even stronger than that, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And the central pressure now is down to 996 millibars. So as we move into Thursday, 1 p.m. on Thursday, we have it sitting just southwest of Helena. Wind speeds 35 miles per hour. That would put it a tropical depression. Now, the number one thing that I have been seeing is, this big old track. Everyone thinks that this is going to be a monster system that's going to come out of the Gulf and it's going to engulf the entire state of Arkansas. It is not like that at all. There's a lot of people that are not familiar with tropical weather and not familiar with the track, stuff like that. I get it. A lot of people have moved here. They have no idea how this works, so I'll explain it. The reason why that track is so big is because it's what's called a cone of uncertainty. And, some people are going to laugh at that, and the name's funny anyways. But basically what that means is that there's a lot of computer model data that outputs tracks. It's what we call spaghetti models. And, there could be a track on that far left side of the track that could go from just west of El Dorado, just west of Arkadelphia, through Hot Springs, and then north. That happens, you're going to introduce a tornado threat in eastern Arkansas. You're not going to be able to get away from it. However, if you have a track along the Mississippi River or even east of Arkansas, then number one, your rainfall totals go down, and then number two, you completely get rid of any tornado threat at all, because your tornado threat is always going to be on the eastern side of the system. Not the entire system. It's on the eastern side because you have southerly to southeasterly winds. So the track of this system, once it makes landfall, is very, 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 very uncertain. The track literally goes basically just east of Magnolia, west of Hot Springs, west of Russellville, all the way, I do believe, it encompasses parts of northwestern Alabama. Like, that is a really, really, really big cone for that potential here. That's the uncertainty on where this system goes after it makes landfall here. So just keep that in mind. I get it. I understand everybody needs rainfall except for our farmer community. Everyone needs rainfall right now here, but nailing this down is going to be tricky because it's going to depend on where the system goes. The system has a mind of its own whenever you're dealing with tropical systems here. But I kind of wanted to explain that for you guys so you guys kind of a visual on this potential here. Okay, so that is all I got for you guys right now. We can take a look at some model data real quickly here. And I'm going to take a look at the European model here. Okay, so your time is going to be on the bottom left corner of the screen. This is about 10 p.m. tomorrow. And we're going to take this out here. Okay, so I'm going to stop it Wednesday evening here. If you were to go with the European model, rainfall starting to develop across southern and southeastern Arkansas. That's going to move northward here. Okay, and this is what the European model is wanting to do. It takes the system from southwestern Louisiana to Vicksburg. It's likely going to make some sort of north curve going into southeastern Arkansas here. But good amount of rain coming into Arkansas. This is where the bulk of the activity is going to be. It's going to be down here in southeastern Arkansas, northeastern Louisiana, and western Mississippi here. And then you can see as we move into Thursday afternoon, the heaviest rainfall, once again, is going to be for our folks from eastern and southeastern Arkansas. Now, if this thing moves to the west, your rainfall totals will drastically increase across the area. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then you can see, as the system continues to move out towards the north and the northeast, we'll keep an eye on it. Right now, your best tornado threat is going to be from Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee if this track were to hold. You don't have to worry about this being a barrel 2.0 here in Arkansas. You would just get the rain without the tornado threat. Obviously, we'll have to watch along the Mississippi River depending on the track, but we'll keep an eye on here. And then you can see by the time this gets into Friday, this system is dying. You still got a good amount of rain up there in northeastern Arkansas, and it just kind of sits there and kind of spins around as we move into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then that's just it, guys. By the time we get into Saturday, this is a distant memory by then, with some northerly winds, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, overnight lows in the 50s and 60s here. So that's all I got for you guys this evening. I know this is a little bit of a long video, but this does go over Tropical Storm Francine and everything else you need to know. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, source for all things Arkansas weather.